Welcome to qnawire.
Okay, so our question states that, pardon me, let me get that question pulled up here. Our question states that a delivery truck driver travels 28 blocks north, 16 blocks east, and 26 blocks south. What is the final displacement from the origin? Assume the blocks are equal in length. Okay, so what I have drawn here on the right is a diagram of the directions of movements of our truck driver. So the first one, which I denote as D sub 1, from the origin, which is the red dot, is up in the north direction. The second one, D2, in the east direction, 16 blocks, and the third one, D3, in the south direction, 26 blocks. Okay, so the question then wants us to find the displacement, which I draw as the green line from the origin to that ending point in D sub 3. Okay, and I also draw our coordinate system here, which is north, east, south, and west, and the hats represent directionality of a coordinate system. So I write down what we're given, which is D sub 1 is 28 blocks north. Block I denote as BL dot, just abbreviation, and then I denote the direction as N hat. D2 is 16 blocks east. And D3, I do a little trickery here, which is going to be useful. I say it's minus 26 blocks north. And I do that because in our coordinate system, north is equal to, or actually, let's write it this way. South, because we're originally given that it's 26 blocks south, south is equal to minus north. So I changed our 26 blocks south to minus 26 blocks north. And the question is, what is the magnitude of df and what is theta? So let's draw this out so you can see what I'm talking about here. So this ends up being our displacement df, right? Okay, it's in this direction. This here is our displacement, our total displacement north. We'll put it as dt in. And then this here is our total displacement east. Okay, and then this is going to be theta. Oh, let's draw that a little better. Theta. Okay, so to find the magnitude of this hypotenuse here, in this case, total, we need to first we need to find the total displacement in the north direction. To do that, we're just going to add d, these are vectors, d sub 1 plus d sub 3, okay? And this is equal to 28 blocks north, right? Plus minus 26 blocks north. Okay. And this comes out to equal 2 blocks north, because 28 plus minus 26 is the same as 28 minus 26. So this is 2 blocks, and the direction is north. Okay. And then now we want the total displacement in the east. Okay. Well, total displacement in the east, since there's only one displacement in that direction, is just 16 blocks east. Because there's no traveling in the west direction or any more further traveling in the east direction besides D2. Okay, so now that we have this, we have everything we need to go ahead and calculate the magnitude. I've ran out of room on this page, so I'm going to open up another page. And let's go ahead and calculate the magnitude. So the magnitude of d sub f, which we represent here as these straight lines, is equal to the square root of the square of both sides. Well, if we go back to this previous page, the first side is the total in the north direction, which is 2 blocks. So it's going to be the square of 2 blocks plus the total in the east direction, which is 16 blocks. It's going to be plus the square of 16 blocks. So total in the north squared plus total in the east squared, right? And that's going to be equal to the square root. Total in the north was 2 squared, and the total in the east was 16 squared. Okay, and these are both in blocks, so make sure we keep our units. And there's no more directionality because magnitude doesn't have direction. Okay, and this comes out to be 16.1, or approximately 16 blocks. Okay. Now, not only do we want to know direction, we want to know the angle of that direction relative to the origin. So that means we're going to need to find theta. So if we use our trigonometric identities, tangent of theta is going to be the opposite over the adjacent, which is the opposite is dtn. The adjacent is dte. So the total in the north divided by the total in the east. Okay, so if we solve for theta, theta is equal to inverse tangent, which is tangent to the -1, of the total in the north divided by the total in the east. So we'll just go ahead and explicitly write that as 2 over 16. And this comes out to be 7 degrees. If we do this in degrees, and that is north of east.